Góðan daginn, welcome to the Project Pal. My name is Gunnildur, I'm an Icelander, live in Iceland, and this is my podcast vlog chat type of thing where I talk mainly about yarn, about knitting, crocheting, anything fiber related, because things that people do with fiber is really interesting. Called the Project Pile because I have projects, they are on piles, and I just keep adding to them. Yeah. I always talk quite a bit about the weather because the weather is interesting and there's always something to talk about. So yeah, I'm still in my pajamas. It is 1:30 in the afternoon. It's a very sleepy day. I'm actually thinking about taking a nap once I'm done doing this. It's probably a good idea because this is my last day of summer vacation. It is chilly, it is windy, and it is wet. And I'm starting work tomorrow, so it's like, oh well. But honestly, I don't feel like complaining too much about the weather, as uninspiring as it is, because I literally just watched excuse me, the newest video by Kayla from of Books and Lala. She's Canadian, and there's a lot of fires going on in Canada right now, and she and her family have like an emergency bags packed in case they need to evacuate. And I'm like thinking back to last April, I'm like, can relate. So it's, I don't want to complain about the weather here because at the very least we are not in the position of having to evacuate. So it's like, it could always be worse. I've seen someone who has it worse, so I'm like, anyways. But yeah, I am very sleepy today. It's very, maybe it's weather, maybe it's, I don't know. So I haven't really done a lot with the shawl. I did, I haven't, like, I think I managed to do like something like this last Thursday. So this is so, this is shaping up so, look at the colors. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. And I'm more than halfway done with this scheme. So next Thursday night I should come very close to finishing this one, and then I start on the next one. So this is maybe like, I mean, this is several hours work, just knitting back and forth. Like this is, and I still haven't made a mistake. Like this is just garter stitch, and the only you only add you add one extra at the beginning of round 2, like brain cells. Every other or every second round you add one. I do not have brain cells starting right now. That's nice. So yep, this is shaping up nice and slowly. Still such a nice project to bring with to knit nights, because Lord knows I need to speak when around the other ladies. Is like, this is gonna be such a low energy video this weekend. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But like literally, I'm going to be taking a nap right after this, so I just don't know what's going on with me. The other thing that I need to start working on again is this one. I think I put this aside last spring. I think so. I need to figure out where I put the yarn for this though, in order so I can continue. But this is eventually going to become some sort of a cocoon cardigan. And the yarn is something that I got off of Ice Yarns years ago. Something that was in their discount section, so I haven't seen it again. I've been very careful not to go onto Ice Yarns for the past like year. I think it's been well over a year since last I checked them out, because I always fall into temptation, and I do not need to fall into temptation. I need to finish up the things that I have, and that's a lot. A lot. I have a lot of yarn, and I have so much plans, but just need to get things done. So yeah, I need to get working. I'm thinking if this is the next, if I'm gonna bring this back to knit nights when I'm done with the shawl, because I really want to get this finished before, sometime before the holidays start. And knowing me, that I would need to start working on it like now. Put my hair in a French braid last night, and oh, look at it. Got wavy hair now. Good girls. Hey, that's cute. Yeah, so I really want to get working on this again, but like I was tidying up the tiniest bit last week, like in the bathroom, finding quite a few things that, you know, could go, which is always a nice thing. But I also try to tidy up a little bit around myself. There's not a lot of difference that you can see if you come into my room. It's like But I did remind myself that there's quite a few things that I really want to get working on again this autumn. There's like hats and I think it's gloves that I want to get going before winter really arrives. That would be nice. And of course the 1,000,001 sweaters that I've been rambling on about for the past 2 years or so. I'm like, I talk more than I do. Way more than I do. But yeah, it is nice though. I do feel better about having the yarn, having the plans, and just having this decided thing to walk towards that I have, that I can just go and do. That does help me a little bit with staying organized, not productive, but organized. But yeah, I will be going back to work tomorrow morning. It's gonna feel silly. Probably hectic as well. It's always how you start again at work. It's always like getting back into the swing of things, getting back into the habit of things, answering questions that you don't have the answers to. But what I did do is I've got myself a, oh, look it, I got a Garmin smartwatch, because I have not been taking enough care of myself in the past months, and I'm feeling the effect it's having on my, particularly on my knees and ankles and my calves. My calves are not happy with me right now. So I've been trying to walk a little more, but because I don't really know I don't have enough information, so I've been like fiddling with my phone, found out that when you have a Samsung phone, it comes with this app called Samsung Health, which I probably could have done with figuring out. I'm not bashing myself, I will not bash myself, but that's where you can like at least watch a little bit more with, you know, like calories, weight, water intake. I'm really fond of that. Yes, I'm talking about you. Water intake, and steps. I really like that, steps. But the problem with that is that I needed to constantly carry my phone with me in order to count my steps. And I'm like, awkwardly holding my phone everywhere I was going. I'm like, that's not me. Like everywhere I went. So I did check online, and fortunately there are sales all over the place. So I got this was on I think like a 30% discount, something like that. At least I think it was either 20 or about 30. Like I got a nice discount on this. I did look at like Samsung and Apple smartwatches because a lot of people have those, but they just looked clunky and awkward and not pretty. So Garmin had the prettiest and does what I wanted to do and suits my style way better and was the cheapest. So now I'm like having fun. It does tell me everything about notifications, and I thought I switched that off, but apparently it's just there. But I really like being able to see like all the steps that I'm taking, and I'm really excited to see how many steps I actually take over a regular working day. That's one thing that I've been very curious about finding out, because I'm not carrying my phone with me all the time. My phone stays in my what do you call it, closet, cupboard. It stays in my private possessions at work. Like I'm not tend not to carry it with me everywhere I go in the store, because it's like I'm working, I'm kind of busy with that, so I don't really want to have my phone suddenly ringing when I'm like on the register. That's like, no. I've had that happen when I'm the customer. I don't want to do that when I'm, you know, the one serving. That's like, no. Not unless I'm waiting for like a doctor's appointment or something, but then I talk to the people that I'm, you know, and I talk with the customers, like, I'm sorry, I need to have the phone with me because I'm expecting a call from the doctor or something, and people understand that. I'm not carrying the phone with me in case someone else is, like, if it's not emergency, you know what I mean. But yeah, bought this, and I'm genuinely really excited to see how many steps are in the regular working day. That's one thing I'm really curious about. But yeah, I really think I'm gonna cut this short now and just go take a nap. Because actually, there's another thing that the Garmin does. It measures a lot of things, like your sleep. That's very interesting. But it also does this. It also measures like oxygen intake. Yeah, and apparently that's fine. My pulse is fine. My sleep is good, and you know, in general, I'm doing good, so that's nice. But the one thing that I'm very curious about and I'm learning more about with this measurements is they also estimate your body battery, and that means that they're trying to estimate just how much energy you have. And I've been testing that for the past days, and it does seem to measure up fairly well, because when I'm really tired, the measurements on my phone kind of match up with that. They match up with how I'm feeling, so that's like, all right, there might be something there. So the and you know, the watch is telling me, you know, now you need to get up and stretch. You know, it would be a good idea to move around a little bit. And I'm like, not that. Yeah, I concede that, because I've been sitting still for quite a bit, so that's nice. But the app is also telling me now might actually be a good idea to go rest a little bit. I'm like, I'm liking that. So so far very happy with this purchase. I'm really looking forward to see how that works out. I'm like, because I really need to. I'm sorry. I do really need to take better care of myself. Because honestly, I only have one body. But yeah, I think that should be enough for me this weekend. I really hope that the fires in Canada will, like, I hope they get some rain, a lot of rain. I really hope those fires are gonna like run their course quickly and just not cause any more damage. Like, it's been enough. Seeing videos from people is like, good grief. It's kind of terrifying. It's really terrifying. Like, you don't need to know people personally to be like empathetic. Show some empathy. Is like, oh. Excuse me, so. Oh, okay. I'm gonna call it quit this weekend. Get some rest now because I'm probably gonna need it tomorrow. And we'll see where we'll be at next weekend. Where we will be with at the show and hopefully something else. I generally have some more energy with like knitting, crocheting when I'm at work, or like in the evenings after work. I don't know. There's something about that like combination. Like getting back from work, getting some housework done, and then having a relaxing time in front of the like computer, doing some stuff, and knitting and crocheting. It's a nice habit. I like it. I'm gonna continue. So again, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go have a nap. So see you next weekend. I'll tell you how my first week at work will go. I expect it to go well. Yeah, probably. So until then, take care. God bless.